What is going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about my experience with intermittent fasting, and I'm sure you've seen around on numerous YouTube channels, numerous websites saying that this is a go-to cure, or it's your kind of go-to cure for fat loss, for muscle gain, for all these benefits that celebrities are doing, YouTubers and whatever. So I tried it for a couple of weeks and I want to give my feedback back on how it went. So first of all, the first couple of days, especially for me, I'm guessing it's the same for everyone, you kind of go into, you're really hungry. Basically, I was trying to say something smart. You're really hungry and you want to eat because you're used to having breakfast, but you're prolonging that until 12 o'clock. If you don't know the formalities of intermittent fasting, it's basically you eat for 8 hours of the day. You have a certain window slot where you can eat, and then there is 16 hours where you're fasting. Obviously 8 of those you're primarily sleeping, but then when you wake up you push your first meal back to around 12 or 2 o'clock, depending kind of when you're wanting to start your eating window. For me, the first couple of days, someone that's had breakfast all his life, someone that's been told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, like I'm sure many of you have heard before, super hungry, lethargic, relying on caffeine, sparkling water to kind of suppress that hunger, just to kind of stay on top of the game, especially when working. If you work in a customer-driven background, or if you work just dealing with people, at first I'd probably tell them what you're doing, because you're gonna get a little bit grumpy the first couple of days, and that's just natural for the adjustment of intermittent fasting. However, after the first couple of days, you start to feel almost weirdly more energetic. I found myself not needing to eat until around 2 o'clock. I started my first couple of days eating at 12, starting at 12 midday, and then I was like, you know what, I can push this a couple of hours back. So I started eating at 2, finished eating at 10. I felt more energetic, I felt more clarity when I was thinking about things. One big thing I was curious about when I went into it was the training aspect. I'm someone that likes to train on a morning most days. So getting up in the morning, you can't train without food. So I was relying again on amino acids, caffeine, to stay fueled during those fasted workouts. And even then, once I'd finished those workouts, I'd spend a couple of hours fasted. Yes, fasted. I didn't go straight into protein shake go, as we've been told many times that you need to eat straight away. Post-workout food is the most important. Yes, I agree, but with intermittent fasting, you have to prolong that time if you're training on a morning. So this is where amino acids, to be able to keep you in an anabolic state, keep you growing, stop you from going catabolic, stop your body from eating into your muscle as well as fat. So just keep your levels topped up with amino acids. I used Amino Energy from Optimum Nutrition, and again, just keeping that caffeine in there as well to give me that extra little bit of energy. So I mentioned that I did this for 2 weeks. Why did I stop? I got ill, basically. I was challenged to a deadlift challenge, to be honest. Went into it, no food, ego lifting, did it, won the deadlift challenge, but that day came home, felt shit, and you know when you're feeling stuffy and lethargic and your lymph nodes and your glands are kind of all coming out and swollen, that's exactly how I felt. I felt so bad. Again, that was down to the fasting. I went into something with lifting. Yes, I had my aminos, yes, I was topped up, I had my caffeine, whatever, but my body went into, because I was deadlifting a lot of weight, my body went into shock because I had no fuel. It battered my immune system. This is something that you kind of have to, in my opinion, be wary of when you're doing fasting, that your immune system will not have as much defense when you don't have the food in the morning when you're training as it would if you was eating breakfast. So I stopped it, came back to just kind of the if it fits your macros, flexible dieting. That being said, I did do if it fits your macros, flexible dieting with intermittent fasting. I didn't just eat what I want. You'll see these people saying they eat what they want for this 8-hour period. I still track my macros and stayed on point in that period. But now I kind of do what I want. I have my breakfast, I stay fueled so I don't get ill, and that was just my kind of ordeal with intermittent fasting. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. Would I do it again? Probably yes, because I see the benefit. I was losing around 1 to 2 pound per week. I started to know that my obliques were coming in a little bit more, which was great. So you can slowly see that procedure that you're starting to shed that body weight and you're starting to lean out a little bit. I did, obviously, in the morning when I was fasted, feel a little bit flatter. I wasn't as pumped up in my muscles, my vascularity wasn't there, and that's just a mental aspect. You have to get over that. That's just, it's an acute thing that's going to happen. You haven't lost any muscle, you haven't lost any gains, it's just you haven't got the carbohydrates or the fuel in your body that would give you the pumped effect or the growth in your muscles at the time in the morning. So would I do intermittent fasting again? Yes. However, at the moment, flexible diet and intermittent fasting, if it's your macros approach to eating whenever, as long as I stick within those numbers, hitting my protein, fats and carbs, is the best way for me. But by all means, try it out, see how it works for you. I know people live by this. I know a lot of movie stars, like look at The Rock, look at Hugh Jackman. So yeah, definitely try it out, see how you like it. Can't judge something unless you've tried it. It's definitely a good way to have a look at your determination on food as well. Give yourself a healthy aspect of your food and restriction and how you do. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Until the next one, Daryl Hopcutt, Instagram, YouTube, check me out, like, comment, share. See you then.